Thank you so much for joining us today. I have Zara with me, and we're going to be doing kind of a different type of episode today where we're going to be celebrating International Women's Day by talking a little bit about the role of women within technology, but then true to digital transformation talks, also talking a little bit about technology. Before I dive into the questions that I've got for you, can you give everybody a real quick introduction?
Hi, Emma. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here, to be speaking with you, and also, speaking to your audience as well. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Tazi AI. We are one of the 4 worldwide Gartner Cool vendors in AI core technologies. My background, I graduated first in my class at Bilkent University in computer engineering, got my PhD from Caltech in computer science. I worked at Bell Labs, Siemens Corporate Research, was in academia for a while, teaching machine learning pattern recognition, 18 patents, 100 publications. And then I established Tazi recently with my co-founder and husband, Tanju.
You know you're talking to someone who's incredibly smart when they just breeze past 18 patents like it's no big deal. I had to just stop and draw a little bit more attention to that. But thank you for joining me. And I guess to get us started again, I teased it in that little intro there, but in honor of International Women's Day, I want to start our conversation by talking a little bit about specifically focused in the insurance industry and also technology. Knowing that they're both a little bit more male-dominated industries, what types of challenges have you come up against in your career, knowing those specific dynamics?
I think the most important challenge is the networking aspect, because as you know, you grow in these industries if you have the right network, because your network helps you solve problems or understand problems much easier and faster than you would have done on your own. But it's not really just about your network, of course, also about yourself. So I have been able to, I guess, overcome some of the challenges of women not being more networked in industries, because I'm used to working with men and women at the same time. It starts with my family, and then I have been a computer engineer. I worked in industry, so I worked with both men and women. And I have usually never thought that being a woman was a disadvantage, or I could have done better if I were a man. But the more you are in industry, the more you realize, when you're at a conference, most of the speakers are males, and then most of the attendees are males, and then you realize that there is language. It's not just English. English is my second language, but the topics that they are talking about, and you realize that there is a language barrier. Women are excluded sometimes, not because people want to exclude them, because the right language needs to be set up and created. So I think it's really all about conversations. So the more conversations we have, both with men and women, the more we understand what they speak about, how they work together, and we are able to overcome the challenges. So I guess my take-home message all out of that was I'm just never afraid that I'm not going to be able to network, or I'm going to be excluded because I'm a woman. For me, it's like I'll just try to establish the connection, and I have found really great men and women that I have been able to work with. So my, I try to not put my own barriers in front of me, so that I'm able to have connections and realize that there are things that we can do together with the people that I'm working with, and then basically going to create solutions for problems that are important for the person I'm working with. So I don't know if this makes sense or not, but
it does.
yeah.
And I think that's a really great viewpoint to take on it. I would agree. I try not to ever focus on what is standing in my way, but rather ways to work around it. And
Yes.
I've been pleasantly surprised. I get asked the question a lot, being in technology and focus in the insurance industry, if I feel like it's affected me. And I can't note, thankfully, I can't note any direct experiences where it's hindered me, but it has given me the opportunity to make new relationships like this one, where we get the opportunity to talk about this kind of stuff, as well as just focusing on commonality, I think, with anybody that you're working with, male or female.
Exactly. And I found out, like being a parent, for example, or being a computer engineer, loving an algorithm, or loving coffee can be just common points that can start a conversation, and you can build a lot on commonalities. I totally agree, Emma.
My coffee addiction has made me plenty of friends. So I do want to jump into a little bit of a different take, maybe on the idea of diversity, and take it away from diversity in terms of who we are, but rather what our experience is, and talk a little bit about maybe where you see the value of people outside of the insurance industry coming in to help drive innovation within the industry, and how you think that will help us get where we're hoping to go.
Sure. I have seen, especially people who have adopted and worked in depth in technologies in other industries, being successful in bringing them to insurance industry, because they have done it before, and they have done it in a very different context than they would have done in insurance industry. So they know what could have been different, so that technology would have worked. So this is different from somebody who has been in insurance for like all their lives, trying to do something because they have not seen the diverse possibilities of what could have happened to make that technology work. So I really think like having background in, for example, automotive, in finance, in e-commerce, helping insurance professionals in adopting different technologies. I also want to, again, touch diversity here. If everything is going the same way, you can just do what you were doing and you'll be fine. But when things are not as they have been before, then you need to be able to come up with new solutions. You need to be able to change yourself, your environment, and you need to have different options in that case. And their diversity of not just different solutions, but also different people come to play, I think. So having not just women, but or men, but having people from different backgrounds, different engineering, social backgrounds, or different races. All of those, I think, make systems resilient in bringing up solutions in challenging times. I want to tie it up to also machine learning. Since I'm a machine learning person, everything to me looks like a story in a machine learning model's life. Machine learning models learn really well if they are presented with something consistently. So they learn from data. But when data keeps changing, it's difficult for them to keep track of what's happening. So then they need help also. They need a diverse kind of help, and I can talk more about that.
Perfect segue for me here. So for our last question, I want to take that and kind of talk a little bit more about specifically the technology that you were just mentioning, machine learning, and looking at kind of low code and no code ways of making these tools more accessible. So can you share a little bit about your thoughts on how that no code, low code approach will help us drive innovation within the industry?
Sure. First of all, there is a divide right now between IT and business, and data science, machine learning people and business. And what low code, no code technologies do is they actually bridge that gap, because IT and data scientists, they know how to solve problems very accurately, very efficiently, and business knows what the problem is and whether that solution is the right one or not. So when there is a gap, solutions get created, but they are not used, or solutions get created in a very ineffective and expensive way. So low-code, no-code solutions actually get that barrier, and actually they will be, and they are a big help in terms of reducing IT expenses, which is a very difficult to find an expensive resource right now. So the other advantage is with the low code, no code, you are able to actually create solutions fast. Business is involved really fast in the whole cycle, and they tailor the solution towards the right goal. And a lot of users are involved in not just using the solution, but also creating the solution. So all of those, I think, are great reasons why low code, no code is being successful right now and is the way to go. AI, what I really see the most value on top of low code, no code is really AI solutions, like building AI solutions on top of them. This is like RPA, for example. RPA is used to create efficiency, just like the low code, no code solutions do. But RPA becomes even more useful and beautiful when you put AI on top of that. So on top of low-code, no-code solutions, providing AI that people, not just developers and data scientists, but business people who know what problem to solve and who can understand the solution, is really helpful. So we have seen our ability to provide a collaborative platform which enables data scientists and business users collaborate together while the solutions are being created, and then providing explanations of AI, how it works, why it works, and why it doesn't work, and also allowing business experts to be able to actually help AI become better with putting human in the loop. We found all of that to really help us create solutions really fast. So how fast we are talking about? In 10 days, being able to create a solution with the data scientists or citizen data scientists and business users all at the same table. So I think in diverse and changing environments, in difficult environments, being able to build AI solutions in collaborative platforms like ours, AI platforms like ours, incorporating both explainable AI and human in the loop, will really become successful. And we are already seeing that success, especially in customer experience, in cross-sell. We are able to create solutions really fast, but also update those solutions also really fast based on the value that we create initially.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me and kind of jumping a little bit all over the place with the conversation today so that we could be sure to kind of recognize and appreciate International Women's Day. But I want to take a moment to make sure that anybody that isn't already makes their way over to your LinkedIn profile and gives you a follow, checks out Tazi, and spends some time learning a little bit more about your platform. But thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you, everyone.
If you're looking for expert tips on how to get started with your transformation or looking to hone in on your approach, make sure that you subscribe to our channel to catch our weekly Digital Transformation Talk series, where we interview experts from around the world on how to make it happen.